But now, your calls on this. Is a primary school right to remove all references of Christmas from its pantomime this year? 0207 862 2222 is the number. Wirral Primary School in Hampshire has asked a pantomime company to remove all references of the festive season from its production this year. In a statement, it said it wanted to foster inclusivity in the school community and be a place where children and their families feel safe and welcome and valued. Now, according to the Telegraph, it's caused upset amongst some of the parents, but the schools say that nobody has expressed concern to them. Now, if you're one of those people who have never been to a panto, first of all, where have you been? And second of all, here's what you're missing out on.
Oh, come on now, it's supposed to be a pantomime. You're going to have to do a bit better than that. I said, hello, my lovers.
Hello. My husband went to a better place. Charmous! Can you believe that?
Was that a pathetic excuse of a boo I just heard?
What sort of milk is that?
Whoosh, skimmed.
Now, we sort of picked those clips at random, but as you can see, not a huge mention of Christmas or the festive season in those short clips.
Yep. I've got news for people. Jack and the Beanstalk is not about Christmas. It's about a boy who goes into a field, finds some magic beans, plants them, and it creates a beanstalk.
Just to make clear, is the story that the pantomime company is putting on for this school.
Exactly, okay? And then
Why
he goes
why don't they put it on in June, Henry, if it's not a Christmas?
It's just a tradition when people tend to go to pantos.
Christmas tradition.
Okay, but it is not about Christmas. There are no angels, there is no magi, there's no baby in swaddling clothes, there's no Joseph, there's no Mary, there's no baby Jesus. It's about a boy and a giant and fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. That's what it's about. Mm-hmm. So there is no issue whatsoever. And this particular school, I've been looking at their website, they've got 4 specific Christmas events taking place between the 9th of December and the 20th of December, including a Christmas meal, including a carol service and a nativity play. So there's no problem whatsoever.
How does that square with the headmistress called Mandy Ovenden? How does that square with her belief that all events have to be inclusive? Because that's what she's saying. You know, and when she says she wants all the kids to feel safe, I mean, safe from what? A brush with Christianity or a brush with the Christian faith? What, you know...
I think that's just the kind of words people use in schools.
Well, no, it's 2 stupid words, safe and valued. How would you not feel safe or valued if you go to a Christmas panto and there's a mention of Christmas in there? This is people trying to interfere in traditions where no one is complaining about it. I will bet not one single person from another faith has complained to that school about the Christmas.
Well, in that area of our country, there's almost nobody of a different faith.
And
it's
I'm
white Christian British in that area.
I'm wondering if Miss Ovenden, if this was a tradition, if it was a Muslim tradition or a Sikh tradition or a Hindu tradition, whether she'd mess with that, because I'm pretty sure she wouldn't. And whether she likes it or not, this is a Christian country. Nearly 50% of the people in this country are Christians. And it seems to me that the message that she's sending out here is that Christianity and Christmas is somehow offensive to other... Well, it is.
But pantomimes in their original form have absolutely nothing to do with Christianity or Christmas.
Well, why are we doing this as a subject if that's the case? We're talking about
it because they're trying to create a new front in a new
They're put on at Christmas.
Well, let me explain. Because over time it has become a tradition that happens during Christmas.
Not over time, always. As far as I can remember,
a Christmas
always.
panto. And on top of that, so the reason it is a debate, on top of that, this production company, I've been to many pantos that haven't mentioned anything about Christmas or anything about festivities. However, this production company put in Christmas songs into their pantomime.
This woman,
which the school then asked for it to be taken out.
But this headmistress is suggesting that it is to do with Christmas and Christianity because she's saying the event has to be inclusive. Why would she say that if it's not about that? Why would she even bother saying that?
Maybe because it is one of the events in December, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here. It is one of the events in December which she can make all inclusive to all faiths, whereas the Christmas dinner and all the other specifically Christmas-related events, the 4 others that are between the 9th and the 26th, are specifically Christmas-related, which you can't take
the word
all of it
inclusive is a giveaway here. It is like any reference to Christians or Christianity is offensive.
Well, do you know what, Carol? There are Christians who are very strict in their interpretation of the Bible who wouldn't like any sort of fantasy story mixed with the baby Jesus. Well, because from their point of view, it is not proper Christianity. There might be those kind of complaints
Henry,
too.
I don't know anybody who's ever said that, really, and I bet you don't either.
No, I do know very serious Christians who don't like any sense of witches, warlocks and fantasy.
I do think Christianity now is not respected in this country, and people
By
feel,
whom?
people like Miss Ovenden feel able to. I think this is an insult, actually, to Christianity. I think what she's
a
doing.
pantomime that has nothing to do with
As I said
Christmas.
earlier, she would not do it if it was celebrating another faith. She would not do it, and I can guarantee if it was celebrating the Sikh faith or the Hindu faith, she would not interfere. She wouldn't be talking about
this is a question as
inclusivity.
to whether a pantomime celebrates Christianity.
It's a Christian event.
Or whether it is a non-secular event that happens to happen traditionally over the Christmas
It doesn't happen to happen, Storm. It has always happened at Christmas. As long as I've been alive, which is longer than you two put together, it's happened.
No, I don't think so.
happened.
You're not 100
It's-
years old, Carl.
Right, I'm close. Henry.
Listen, I'm a huge fan of a panto. I've been since I was a child, but I had no idea of its origins until this morning when I started looking into it.
1734.
And I was quite
Yes.
surprised.
Yes.
They've been around for
Long time.
forever.
Yeah.
But they started to become very popular in this country around David Garrick's time, who was a very famous playwright and theatre manager. Now, he hated them, absolutely hated a pantomime because he thought it was just foolish theatre. And he decided that although he hated them, it made a lot of money and they were incredibly popular. So he thought, right, I'm going to put it at Christmas time when families can all go together and we'll really focus on the childish element of it and the jovialness of the play. Yeah. And I don't need to worry about people thinking that it's a serious piece of theatrics. Yeah. And that's when it started to happen over the Christmas festivities.
Sure that is
and
it's when everybody's off.
That is all
you know?
true, and it's lovely, but it still doesn't take into account the fact why this headmistress has done this. It really doesn't, because she is doing it because to be inclusive, as she says, of all children, of all religions. So however it started, it's lovely and it's interesting, and I've learned something today. But it's not why she's objecting.
No.
It's not why she's objecting, and I don't like the reasons why she's objecting.
And I do wonder whether actually Christmas, I mean, this people of Christian faith will not like this, but I wonder whether Christmas is actually becoming more and more secular in society.
Yeah.
And therefore, why did she have to remove a Christmas song, which probably didn't have, I mean, Jingle Bells, does that have any reference to Christianity? I don't know what the Christmas song was, but if it wasn't particularly influenced by the Christian religion, which many Christmas songs aren't, was it a necessary move or was it a sort of
political?
I bet she's regretting her. I bet she's regretting her wording now, because the Telegraph, knowing the zeitgeist, has leapt on it, and of course now people like Carol are getting het up about it. But if you look at Chaplin,
we're all het up. We're having a debate. Stop trying to make me out like I'm a hysterical woman. I'm making a point.
I didn't say you were a hysterical woman.
I'm making a point about Christianity.
Identity politics, Carol.
And it's not identity. But, you know, when we have, I have friends who are Hindu. Yeah. When Diwali is on, I celebrate it with joy with them. Absolutely. And I don't believe a single person from another faith in that school has complained about the panto or the Christmas song. It's this.
I think perhaps her wording, given the zeitgeist, was unfortunate when she said it's safe and secure. If you look at Chaplin's Panto's website, they've got Jack and the Beanstalk up there. You know, a very nice logo and a nice picture of the actors, the players. There's nothing about Christmas on there. No. It is not a play that celebrates Christmas.
It doesn't have to be up there. It's associated with Christmas, as you know.
And Carol's absolutely right here. You know, whether they have referred to it on their website, they did have Christmas references in it, and they did have Christmas songs, which is why this is a debate, because the head teacher has then said, oh, do you mind just taking them out so we can make this inclusive for all our pupils and nobody...
But
can't go.
Isn't this the situation where kids, the whole point of this multicultural society we have, is that kids are supposed to learn about all religions and we're supposed to be tolerant of all religions.
And I think
so
they do,
why would she take... Well, hopefully they do. But this, to me, this doesn't promote inclusivity. It promotes the opposite, because it provokes a resentment among some of the parents. And whether she says she has had complaints or not, the Telegraph have spoken to parents who are furious. So, you know, if you want to teach
of all the
kids
things to be furious about, my word.
But if you, well, never mind.
Talk about first world problems. Come on.
Well, it's a debate, Henry. That's why we're talking about it. That's why I was on the show.
Yeah.
But, you know, kids have got to learn about all religions and they've got to tolerate all religions. And this, to me, promotes the opposite of inclusivity.
Well, even if you're going to a pantomime this year, even if it has Christmas references or it is a completely secular pantomime, just enjoy it because they are blooming brilliant and a great way for kids to be introduced into theatre. Just my view.